Welcome to the Strenuous Life Radio. This next episode is called The Strenuous Adventure. We're dealing with the strenuous mindset, the lost art of manliness. This episode is called The Strenuous Adventure, and I'm trying to keep it down. I'm up in the wee hours of the morning, so it's not too, and keeping a soft voice, so is not to wake up. I got two other people in the house with me, and so you're still going to be able to hear me, but I'm going to try to keep it a soft, low voice. In fact, go ahead and close this door to my room here. You guys are probably wondering what a strenuous adventure is. Well, I had one of those. It was after the deep freeze that we had this year. Monday, February the 25th. Monday this 22nd of February. Bishop Dave and I, and Bishop Dave's parents, we loaded up the truck, and we drove to Port Aransas and Lockport, Texas, for us to do some fishing on the Gulf. And it's been a wonderful. It was a wonderful experience. We got there as soon as we could. I did some video footage on YouTube of me at the house. Number one. Number two, definitely did some fishing on the Gulf. Unfortunately, sadly, because of the deep freeze, there wasn't very many biting. But that didn't depress me. Just having the chance to have an adventure really made a huge difference and a huge impact on my life. And so we would leave at about 8 o'clock in the morning, the 2 days that we were fishing, and we would come back in around noon to have lunch, and then basically take care of whatever we wanted to take care of in the afternoon. And it was during those fishing times that I often got some of my ideas. I was originally agonizing over whether or not to change this particular episode from the Strenuous adventure to discuss about mental health. And my best friend that I see, that at times will be co-hosting my other podcast, he told me, he said, just keep it as it is. Why change it just because you're going through something? If you promise to deliver on a certain format, then keep it as it is. And my second night there, I went through some training in order to learn some of the basics on becoming an accredited speaker. And that made all the difference in the world. In fact, I plan on doing more. And on advice from my best friend that lives next door. I'm not sure if I'm going to have him appear on this particular show. Maybe at some point, who knows? But I digress. It was when I went to that training that night that I knew some things had to change. I want on that platform so bad, talking to people. Okay. So maybe that's gonna help. Maybe that's gonna help. And here's something else too. I made a determination that I was going to work harder at being the person that I feel that God has called me to be. And I'm a man that's in my middle midlife area, and so I crave adventure, much like I did when I was young. I gotta say, midlife is difficult. Transition area. But that adventure, I come to realize who I was. I was no longer the man who was bound for law school so I could pursue a career in college on up to the presidency. That wasn't what I wanted anymore. The dream died in 2008. And so, Heavenly Father helped me to see at that point what was important to me. Because see, adventure does that to you. Adventure opens doors for you. I know there's people that have a hard time understanding the strenuous life. It doesn't mean that everything is rough, is tough and rugged all the way. But there's adventure. There's excitement. You do hard things. You do difficult things, no doubt. But you also do what you love. I think any man that is living the strenuous life, that man needs to learn what is the strenuous life. Find out the angles in which they feel like they can really go after it, and then go after it. Entrepreneurship is a huge part of it. Public service is one of those things. And so at this point, I want to close out and say I hope what I have to say about the strenuous adventure is helpful. Hope you enjoyed listening to the Strenuous Life Radio. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of the Strenuous Life Radio community. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, think strong, live strong, and live the strenuous life.